Well, guys, we have an exciting Between the Pond and Store. There's a lot of great deals. Stick around, check it out. There's some crazy stuff in this episode. Before we get into it, number one, if you want to support me, if you like what I do need help on Patreon. There's a link below, patreon.com/pondman. We'll talk about it in Between the Pond, but like I do really need help on Patreon. Some people signed up from the last video, but I still need help. So if you want to support me, $1 a month. And also, you guys, Bong Water Beverage, again, sponsoring this great auction. This is a THC drink that hits you fast. It does not taste like, shall we say, THC plants. Bong Water is in Minnesota, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas. It can also be found in parts of Texas and Wisconsin. It's not as easy to find. If you live in Minnesota, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, any major city should have it, like here in Minnesota and Minneapolis. It's in pretty much every shop that sells this kind of product. It's in a lot of tobacco shops too. So check it out. Again, link in the video description for my Patreon and for Bong Water. If they're not in your state, check them out. Find out if they're coming to your state soon. And if you've tried this product, send them an email and just let them know that I turned you onto it. Let's get into a good video. This is the first Sunday we're open for business. We are experimenting with, and I mentioned this earlier, and I'll talk about this again later. We decided we don't want to be open on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and I do want to reduce the hours that I'm open because I'm buying so much I can't keep up with it. So we experimented with longer hours on Saturday and Sunday. Instead of 12 to 3, we're 12 to 5 now, both days. Nobody's coming here today. Anyways, I'm sitting here. Sunday, no one's come in, but I have my young antique expert. He's very, very, very knowledgeable in antiques. He's in college. So you guys remember this? I paid $1,000 for this book. I did so because she said, well, I see one on eBay is like $1,600. And I was like, no way. And I looked it up and sure enough, and looking at this book of Notgeld, which if you guys haven't seen the episode, second time saying this, please go watch it. It's one of my favorite ones that I've recorded. I love Notgeld. I collect them. They're fascinating because you can see the angst of the German people after World War I and all the anger going on. Example, this is the kind of stuff I collect. Like, this is definitely a Jew. And it's creepy. It's historically interesting, but it's also creepy because, again, you can just see what the writing on the wall, what's happening based on the art of the currency. But so they can get very expensive. They can get very rare. And for this one here, okay, so empty. So I'm looking at this and I could tell right away that it was special. And I had my antique expert look at it just now. And I'm, just looking at this art, it's beautiful. But he noticed something that I didn't notice initially. What's missing here? If you look closely, there's no serial number. There's no issue number. There's no indication. It's just art with a denomination, but nothing else. And it's like this for all of them. And so what he illuminated to me was he said, look at the back, this is the province, and then this right here is the maker. This was made by Karl Schleicher and Schul Duren, and they were known for making some of the best Notgeld ever in all of Notgeld history. They were known for exceptional paper quality, artistic detail. They are the premier stuff. If you're collecting Notgeld, I'm sure you've heard of them. What I have in my hand here, these are specimens. These are the first ones made. There's a reason that set that lady showed me was so expensive. That was probably a lower issue serial number. These are the specimens. I don't know. This is too hard to price. This is whatever the highest bidder wants to pay. This is a home run item right here. I have no idea how expensive each of these notes might be. We're gonna do some research tomorrow, so I guess this is gonna kind of be continued / I'll give an update in maybe a different video if it takes a while. But I'm probably gonna be sending these off to like a major auction house to be sold because I don't know what I'm looking at here. All I know is there's no serial number, so it's like from the maker, thousands of dollars here easily. Home run item. Also, while we're on the subject, who needs a good dick? Who needs a nice, good, hot, long, hard dick in their life? Well, if you need a good dick, I have a dick to recommend. It's not mine. And when I say dick, I mean private detective, not what'd you think I meant? Derek Marshall, private investigator. I have used him several times. He requested a shout out, and I'm happy to do it because he's done great work for me. I have tried 2 other private investigators for some that I've been dealing with that I'm not going to get into. Derek did the best work, and he did it for the cheapest amount. Marshall and Associates covering the state of Florida, but he can do work in, I think, pretty much any state. He did a great job for me. Check out Derek if you want a good dick.
Okay, got some Zimbabwe.
There you go.
Some kind of low-grade stuff.
You're saying, oh, this is the best way to pick somebody up at a bar?
Yeah.
And you whip it out, and they want to know what it is, and talk about economics, and you talk about anything.
Right on.
Talk about why there's a blood stain on this one.
Dude, why does anybody ever buy something like this?
Oh, I hate these so much. Exactly. Right.
It's
But 2019.
It's not even a coin.
Oh, it's not even a coin?
No, look.
Oh, I've seen that before, actually, come to think of it.
Stupid.
The 2019 United States Mint Ornament featuring the Kennedy hat. Actually, I'm going to keep this for my holiday tree.
Is there a $half? Oh, there is.
Yeah, there actually is one in there. I'm going to keep this for my holiday tree, though. How much you want for it?
$1.
Cool.
Cheap slabs.
I don't think I've ever looked so not excited at a coin.
Melt on this is...
Yeah, definitely.
I just want to melt for this nice 61. So
Okay, what's melt at?
it's 1.1 ounces, so $34.
Okay, what's the total?
$339.
Okay. This will do... Probably do about $100 in profit on this, if I had to guess. So, from Asia?
Yep, from India.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. This is typical of that kind of color and style.
Yeah.
What'd you buy it as?
Well, it was supposed to be a gift, but not anymore.
Okay, you know what? Say no more. I think I got it.
Yep.
I know how that goes. I meant, what'd you buy it as for purity?
Pardon?
I meant, like, what did they sell it to you as? Did they say it was 24?
No, I think it was 21.
Okay, at least they're honest. Yeah, usually they'll stamp it 24 and it's 21. People don't know to check. But they don't know the difference, so that's also a good sign that they're honest.
Yep.
I'd be at $8.50 on this stuff.
That won't actually do the job that I need it for, so
Okay, well, how much are you looking for?
a lot more than that.
Okay, yeah, that's kind of all I'm really wanting to pair now with these markets and just it being from out of the U.S.
Sure, I understand. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, if you absolutely, if you put it on like eBay or something, you might be able to get more close to what you're looking for. I just melt this stuff down
Sure.
when I buy it. Did you pay like double?
At least triple.
Okay, yeah, retail price. Well, sorry. In the future, just don't buy it brand new, no matter where you are in the world. Always buy jewelry used. It's a huge scam. Have a good day.
You too.
So despite not making a deal, that was a great learning lesson, everybody. He was not trying to scam me. He got scammed himself. He did he did that for everyone else's entertainment. No, so he bought it brand new. He paid too much money. I'm a broken record, but I say it again and again. Like, don't do that. There's no reason for you to buy jewelry brand new. On top of that, he's one of those, he definitely bought it for a love interest that rejected him, which is sad. Or at least that's my 2 cents. It was a gift for somebody, he said it didn't work out, as in, she's a bitch, or he, or they. So yeah, he paid 3 times that. The most I could have offered him, and I didn't want to, because look at this. It's disappeared now under 18. So like looking at it, like I thought it was gold, and I'm looking at this like, okay, it's probably 21, but then if it's not holding up for 18, like if it's just totally disappearing like that. As we've seen also with African gold, it started to, and I guess it was contaminated with something else, maybe. It started to turn green, and it's like, I'm not gonna take a chance. All right, well, back to work. Yeah, back to work.
This one first, this is my kid's brothers. You looked at that before,
Okay.
but I just want to see if we can do any better than
What'd I offer?
$450. They're thinking 500, but then your diamond chick said there was little incursions in it.
I'll do 5.
Okay. Now these two are absolutely gorgeous. I stopped at Wiccan, Wixon.
Yep. So they were offering 500? Oh, I see here. And then he came to me.
I came to you.
So, okay, they're offering, looks like 1,500 to 2,000 on this one.
Yeah, they give a decent range.
Do you have time tomorrow?
No.
Yeah, because I got my diamond, or my lady here tomorrow. Yeah, I wouldn't want to buy this without her.
Okay.
Let me see the watch. Is this 18 karat?
14.
What'd they offer? 340? I'll go 370.
Okay.
I'll offer more than them. Okay, that I can do. These two I would like to. I don't know exactly what I'm doing with these, and I wouldn't want to do it without her. All right, but we can do these here.
Okay. Let me see what Shelly will say.
Okay. Cool.
All right.
She's got a higher offer. Tell me what she says about this stuff too.
Okay. Yeah, of course I will.
All right, Evan. Thank you. Always a
the best.
pleasure. Once again, you guys, I want to thank the episode sponsor, the good people at Bong Water Beverage Company. As you can see, I have them here on my leaderboard. They've been sitting here for about a year. Bong Water's in Minnesota, Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas, parts of Texas, parts of Wisconsin. It's a THC drink. It's not literal Bong Water. It hits you in like 10 minutes. I've never had a THC product that does that. It is the best kind of THC you can get, or the best kind of product, so check it out. Also, if you guys, again, want to support me, and I guess kind of we'll start getting into it here, I really need help still on Patreon. We had about 10, 15 of you guys sign up at $1 a month. Thank you guys so much, everyone who did. It really does mean a lot to me. These videos are so expensive to have made. I am like, why don't you get a cheaper editor? There isn't one. The guy who does it for me does it at a rate that, like, I've shopped. His rate is the best, and he does really good work. And I've been working with him now for, God, like 3 years. So I'm definitely not gonna let him go. I'm loyal, because like I dumped you guys like 4 to 6 hours on him. So Patreon, it's not just they take your money, you get nothing. You get early access to these videos. You guys on Patreon, you're seeing this probably about a week before it comes out. You also get bonus videos. They're like pawn hubs. I'm doing 2 of them a month. And I finally started the written content. If you guys check out my Patreon, I'm going to be writing blog posts, essays, opinions, secret stories I don't share here. Please consider helping me. It matters a lot to me. Other stuff I want to talk about, we changed our store hours. So our new store hours, Monday 11 to 6. We are closed Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday again 11 to 6. Saturday is now 12 to 5. We're open 2 hours later. And now we are open on Sunday. We are the only shop in the Twin Cities Metro that is open on Sunday. I'm trying to figure out how to get the word out about that without being a whore on social media, because like I don't want to just be like doing like shameless promotions. There needs to be content there, not just a promo for myself. So I'm trying to figure out how to get the word out. We're gonna try this summer. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to our regular hours, but that's what's going on there. Also, you guys, I'm gonna have set hours where I am here, because you guys have been coming here sometimes and you're frustrated, like you came all this way and I'm not here. So I'm gonna be here at set hours, and if you wanna come see me, just check the hours. You're welcome to come in. I love it when followers come in. Just don't be weird and don't ask me for a job. It makes me so uncomfortable. Other things to talk about, the World War II book is bubbling up again. There's a page, they have like 2.5 million followers, and they reached out to me about a month ago and they're like, hey, we love your content. We'd love to feature it. Can we feature it? Yeah! What do you think they featured? I didn't know that it was gonna be that, and it got like 20 million views, and so there started the crazy up again. I got so many people threatening me and yelling at me and calling me a bastard and a liar and a person using a war crimes to get famous, and like all the crazy which is frustrating, because like when this happened 2 years ago too, I have been so transparent about everything that happened. I did everything as like transparently as I could, from documenting everything that happened and making a video. You guys can watch the freaking documentary. It's everything that happened. I filmed it all as it went. I published the entire book. I wrote an essay about everything that happened. So that's been stressful. Other stuff to talk about, One Piece. If you guys are a fan of One Piece, by the time you guys are watching this, it's probably already done. Whatnot had an exclusive with Moni de Pelly. They're a mint out of France. They're very sought after. They're like Germanium mint. They teamed up with One Piece, or the IP holders of One Piece, to do a limited, it's like a booster pack. It's this mystery pack, and there's 13 coins. 3 are silver, 10 are clad. They're all characters, and it's a Whatnot exclusive. Only Whatnot sellers got them. Nobody else got them, and I'm selling them. We're doing a special event. Again, by the time you guys are seeing this, it's probably too late, but I do want to segue this into follow my Whatnot auctions. If you don't have the app, it's over 60% of my entire business. I'm on there a few nights a week doing live auctions, and there are other exclusives. This is not the first exclusive I've gotten from them. So if you want the opportunity to get that stuff, go to Whatnot, download the app. You get a free 15 off if you use my promo code to download the app. It's in this video. I think it's in the Linktree link. So check that out. A little bit of bad news. This camera is dead. This is my B cam. The next video may not have any B cam footage. I just ordered a new one, but I'm not gonna have this B cam, or at least I'm not gonna have the new one probably for about a week. So if the next video is lacking B cam, that's why this thing is shot. The final thing I wanna talk about before we get into the questions is the state of the economy. The economy, you guys, is bad. It's really bad. We went through COVID. COVID was a economic disaster the likes of which humanity has never seen. This wasn't just an isolated problem for each country. This was a macro problem for every country, and all the interlinking that we depend on now with the way the world is linked up. It's unknown how bad it is. Every country, not just the US, every country has just printed money like it doesn't matter. It's like they had all their economists shot and were like, let's let the monkey in the room and let him hit the buttons on the printing press. It's becoming monopoly money, and it's really scary. So buy gold, buy silver. I'm not making a sales, like the whole credence of that wasn't to make a sales pitch. It's just to alert you guys, like, save your money. Put it in things that are not the dollar. So the signs are everywhere, bad things, but on a positive note, let's get to the questions. All right, question 1 coming in from Mr. Jonesy's Puss. What kind of pistol do you carry on a daily basis? I have a Smith & Wesson 45 caliber XD 1911. Let's just say scary happens to me and that gun is the most off as you can possibly get. I have it out, like, presented on myself as a form of intimidation because I've had this really scary happen to me. Question 2 is coming in from Zaphod B. Where do I find the subscription service details? Great question. Visit pawnmanstore.com. All the info is right there. You can cancel anytime. A one-time on the bottom tier, it's $100 a month. You can get quantity or quality. So check that out on pawnmanstore.com. We will be expanding a lot of stuff on there this summer. Just stay tuned. Question. Methodically target and radicalize 19 Saudi nationals. Sneak them into the country, train them, supply them. Oh, nice Tuesday in New York until, it's not. Oh. The months following, everybody's looking at those 2 holes in the ground in New York City. One in Virginia, a field in Pennsylvania. Oh. But nobody's looking for the 9 missing children or the 11 holes they're buried in up and down the eastern seaboard. Oh. Take a bunch, gal. 9/11. They caused 9/11 just to cover up murdering 9 kids, cutting them into pieces, and burying them in 11 holes. By the way, Tickle Monster Gal, thank you for becoming a Patreon. Appreciate that. 95% of you guys don't think this is funny. I don't care. Tickle Monster Gal says, how do you feel about, quote, pawn shops as a whole will change in the coming years? So, I'm friends with a guy you've definitely heard of. He bought a pawn shop because of me. So he bought it and then he bankrolled it. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. He's almost out of money because everyone's selling everything. It's gonna massively strain pawn shops. You're gonna find pawn shops are either gonna be refusing to buy stuff, they're gonna massively lower their prices worse than they already are, or you're gonna find they're unloading everything. Pawn shops are gonna be really strained in the coming years as the economy gets worse, I think. Question 4 coming in from Sugar Bear Minty 8021. And again, this is coming because of the World War II book videos flaring up again. They want to know, what does souvenir photographs mean? As in the specific photographs of Shanghai in the book are not real and collected for somewhere else later. Sorry, just didn't understand. Just curious. So here's what a souvenir photograph is. There were sailors that would take photos, original photos of all kinds of carnage and terrible stuff or just other stuff. Generally it was bad stuff. And what would happen is they would copy that photo, 10,000 times, and then they would sell it either to somebody along the way or they'd sell it themselves. So they're selling copies of photos as a souvenir to put in your scrapbook because it seems like every sailor got one of these scrapbooks like I had, or a lot of them had them. So that's what a souvenir photograph is. It's a copy of a real photograph. Most of the ones I had in my book were souvenirs. They just happen to be like the best quality ones known because whoever bought them never looked at them again. They just put them in the book and shut them. So they're all pristine. Most of these souvenir photographs are super beat up. However, though, you guys, the whole book itself, there were, I would say about 10% of the book was violent photos. The rest of them were original photographs that were, the guy was Leslie G. Allen Jr. was a great photographer. He had a great camera. He knew what he was doing. And again, most of those photos are real. It's just the ones that caused the stir were souvenirs, but saving grace, they happen to be like the highest quality ones known. Okay, next question. Mr. Jonesy's Puss again, and Mr. Jonesy's Puss asked a few questions. I think they're new here and I didn't get that many questions. And you guys post your questions in the comment section so I got more. And I'm gonna just answer a bunch of their questions because they asked so many. If given the opportunity, would you have your books turned into an audiobook, film, or TV series? I have 4 books I've written. 2 of them are my true stories about being an Uber driver. I kept a diary. I literally would write in the diary right after ride. I'd pull over and write everything that happened. So Uber 2, and then Wolf in the Jungle and Wolf at the Gate. It's a book series about Nazi hunters. It's like, think the Mission Impossible squad in the movies. Imagine the US government had a secret unit of Nazi hunters. They're all Jews. They go after Nazis that are deemed a threat to national security. The first one, they find out Hitler's still alive and they go after him. It's like a Bin Laden style raid and there was a firefight! And then the second one, there's a Nazi scientist that made breakthroughs ahead of our technology and he's up to something. And so why aren't those audiobooks? Because I don't have time. As far as film or TV series, I think Uber would make either a great movie or a TV show. I actually did write it to be adapted for the screen because of my background in screenwriting. And Wolf in the Jungle, Wolf at the Gate, same story. And Wolf in the Jungle is actually based on a screenplay treatment that I wrote I had a manager in Hollywood. He repped some powerful people, but he had shall we say, a drug problem. And I fell through the cracks as one of his clients because he couldn't manage me. Again, movie or a TV series on either of those. I would prefer those to be like a movie series. I think it'd make a better movie. I'd love to write it. Okay, next question. Coming in from, I lost track of where I am. Philip Peters 705 says, I got a question you can answer. I see people reselling unopened packs of Ultra Breaks. Could someone use a Sigma on outside? Okay, so I think this is pertaining to like these One Piece, they're sealed. Yeah, somebody totally could. I actually thought about doing it, but I thought that's to do, and I'd rather just keep it a mystery, so I didn't do that. But yeah, you totally could. Those Sigmas will read through like an inch of plastic. All right, and then the last question again from Mr. Jonesy's Puss. Thanks for becoming a new member and being so active here. What does your diet consist of, as I've been trying to improve my own health recently? Yeah, me too. You guys don't have time to cook. I tried the Home Chef and all the other stuff. I am so bad at cooking. I hate it. Above all else, I don't have time, and I'm not eating well. I'm eating out too much, which is expensive, but like, again, I have this constraint of like, I humanly don't have time to cook. So I'm not eating well. I'm trying to improve it. I just got this thing called Factor or something. They send you microwavable meals that are apparently like high quality. I'm gonna try that because that'll be cheaper and more in line with my diet, or more in line with like things I need to be eating. But no, that's how it's going for me, so. All right, you guys, once again, thanks Blowing Water Beverage Company for sponsoring. If you guys like the video, you want to see more of this stuff, please become a Patreon and support me, patreon.com/pawnman. Get my books, join the Pawn Man Bullion Club. Like I said, now is a really good time to buy. The market's moving up. I think it's going to keep moving up. This is not the time to sell. This is the time to buy. Subscribe to the channel, spread the word, comment your questions in the section below, and I'll see you guys back here for another great video. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. I'll see you later, guys.